Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again, and today we're going to do another tutorial in Sky Factory 3. Today I'm going to show you how to build a couple of the different sized reactors using the Extreme Reactors mod. So same kind of thing as normal. I'm just going to give you a couple idea of the different components that are needed, then I'm going to show you how to build two different sizes. So first things first, Extreme Reactors use quite a few different components, but they're really easy to build. We're going to start with some of the basics. First thing you're going to need is a whole bunch of reactor casing cores. This is kind of how you start off. And this is iron blocks around the edge. You can see a block of redstone, a couple blocks of gold, and then some graphite bars. You'll need a whole mess of these because you're going to need those to build reactor casings. Reactor casings are going to be the primary blocks of your reactor. Again, it uses the casing core. It's going to use some iron ingots and some graphite bars. So not really hard stuff to get a hold of, but a little ways into the game there. So you're going to need a whole bunch of those, and those are going to be the basic building blocks. After that, there's certain pieces you're going to need one or two of, depending on the size of the reactor you're building. We're going to need at least one reactor controller. Really only need one of those. That's going to be 4 reactor casings, block of diamond, redstone, and 2 yellorium ingots. Okay, you'll need at least one of those. Next, you're going to need a reactor access port. This is where you insert the fuel. This requires 4 reactor casings, 1 piston, and 1 chest. Again, you'll need at least one of these. On larger reactors, maybe more. Okay. Next, you're going to need reactor redstone flux power taps. Now, this is where the electricity or the power comes out of your reactor. So again, you'll need at least one of these, more on a larger reactor. This is again 4 reactor casings and 4 redstone. Next, it's going to be reactor control rods. You need these. The amount of these you need depends on the size of the reactor. For a 9 by 9, you're going to use 1. 25 by 25, you're going to have let's see, 3 or 5. This is 4 reactor casings, some graphite bars, a redstone, and a yellorium ingot. And then lastly, you're going to need a reactor fuel rod. All right, and that's going to be yellorium, a couple graphite bars, and iron ingots. So again, once you got yellorium and you've got some graphite bars and iron, you're pretty much good to go with the majority of these requirements. Now, once you get your reactor built, you're going to be able to transfer the power to your machines and different devices. For that, you're going to need energy conduits. Now, there are a couple different levels of energy conduits, and the levels will conduct higher and higher amounts of your RF. For the basic energy conduit, it's going to require some conduit binders and conductive iron. I'm just going to show you the lowest and then kind of one of the largest, and that's Ender energy conduits. And it uses the exact same conduit binders, but instead it uses vibrant alloys. So with all of that, you're going to be able to build your basic reactors. We're going to go down here and we're going to build our first one. So again, I've already gone ahead and put together reactor casings, reactor access port, redstone flux, fuel rod, control rod, and a controller. Okay, this is what you're going to need to build the reactor itself in this amount in order to build the 9 by 9. So, starting off, I'm going to use this as my center point. I'm going to build 9 squares, 3 by 3, using your casings. Okay. Next, you're going to have the center on one side. You're going to put your controller. Turn on another side. You're going to put your redstone flux power tap, and your access port. Now your fuel rod is going to go in the middle. Okay. Now the rest of this level is going to be completed using just regular casings. Okay. Now we get up to the top here. You're going to put your control rod right on top of your fuel rod. Okay. And the rest is going to be reactor casings. Now, when I put in the last square, you'll see that the reactor completed itself. Parts merged to build your active reactor. Okay? And that's all there is to building the basic reactor. Now, to power the reactor, you're going to need some yellorium ingots. You're going to need energy conduit to move the power. And I've got some basic machine just to test it. So, again, you're going to come over here, and you're going to use yellorium, which is your best fuel I prefer. Placing that here, okay? Now, ejected waste is going to come out here. As it uses up your yellorium, it's going to produce waste. That's still a good resource. You want to take that and you refill this with yellorium occasionally, okay? Next, you want to come around to your controller. And there's different settings. For just basic activation, the bottom corner, just click this to activate your reactor, okay? This is the amount of fuel you have. This is your yellorium you just put in. Okay, you can see your casing heating and your core heat. And then your energy buffer. This is your RF, and as you can see, it's slowly building up. And once it maxes out, you're going to be able to hold quite a bit. Okay? So that's going to slowly build up here over the next little bit. Now, to move power from your reactor into a specific device, you're going to use the energy conduits. Okay? You're going to connect that to the redstone flux power tap. You see, when you place that on there, the light goes green. You've now connected it. Power is going to come on out of there. So you can go ahead and you can extend the energy conduit wherever you like to transmit your power. And I'm just going to go ahead and slap down real quick an auto hammer. Okay? I'm going to throw some cobblestone in there. As you can see here, it's already got RF kicking to it. It's working. Your hammer is now powering. Now, you can run energy conduit to multiple devices at the same time, and it will continue to use that RF as long as there is fuel in there. Now, over time, your energy output may not be as much as your energy input. Okay? You may not be producing enough power to run everything that you need. So in that situation, you may need to build a larger reactor. So we're going to go ahead and look at doing that. So I'll get rid of the supplies here. And we'll go down to this side. And we're going to build an even more extreme reactor. Now I've got quite a few casings here. Same basic requirements. You'll notice in this situation, I have a few more of some of those components. I also have some blocks of diamond. Now the diamond blocks are what I'm going to use as a coolant. There are multiple different types of coolant you can use. Which one's better is just going to depend on what you're using. But for the size I'm going to build, which is a 25 by 25, diamond works perfectly fine. Okay. So in this situation, for this size, we're going to build it with the same base of just reactor casings. And that's your level of 25, 5 by 5. Okay. We're going to do the same thing as we did before. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop down my controller. I'm going to put down 2 power taps. And I'm going to put down 2 reactor access ports. Okay? Now, in this situation, because we're building it larger, all right, as you can see, I'm using our fuel rods in a cross pattern like this. Okay? On the inside corners is where I'm putting our diamond. And then casings are going to complete the remainder of the level. Now, we're going to kind of repeat that. Casings all around the outside. Oh, get rid of that. Okay. Diamond in the corner. And then fuel rods. All right. As you can see right now, so far, we have done a total of 3 levels. And we're going to go up 5 total here. Okay. So I'm just going to slap this down here for a second. Okay. So I'm going to go up 2 more. And Now this fourth level is going to be the exact same thing again, just repeating the process. Our top level is going to be a little bit different. Okay, I'm going to go casings around the outside, and instead of fuel rods, this is where we're going to put our reactor control rods. Okay, we're going to finish it off with 4 casings, as you see. Okay. Now, once I get rid of those extras, as you can see, it completed itself again, just like it did on our 9x9. Now, this one has a much higher output. So get rid of some extras here. This time we're going to bring in some Untitled. So here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put Untitled here and here. Because it's larger, it's going to go through it faster because it's producing more power. Same situation, we're going to go over here. We're going to activate it. Now, blocks of diamond for a reactor this size are perfectly fine. I've never had an issue with overheating. You know, if you go larger than this, which you can by just expanding it up higher, it'll create more power, more RF. As you can see, it's filling up much faster with a much higher capability. There's your fuel rod. Your fuel right there is your Untitled. This will start to go blue as it's outputting waste, which again, you can then go eject and add more in. So for a reactor this size, I find you really want to have higher power conduits to produce the amount of electricity it's going to need. So whenever you can switch to the ender, I highly recommend it. But the same kind of situation. You put that in there, auto hammer, and now it's working. And you can run all of your power off of that. And that's all there really is to building a basic reactor. Again, we have 3x3x3, or 9x9x9, however you want to say that. And this one's 25x25. I've run quite a bit off of just this. Now, over time, again, if you need to, you can just extend it up higher levels by just breaking the top layer, putting in a few more filler levels, and taking it higher, and that'll just continue to increase the power. You can also go wider and such. There's other designs, but for early to mid-game, these 2 reactors will provide you more than enough RF to run all the basic machinery that you're looking for. All right. So that's everything that we're going to look at today in reactors. We will then, here in the next couple episodes, I've got some more stuff we're going to build off of these, including using refined storage. But that'll be in another video, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, you found it helpful, please click like and be sure to subscribe to my channel to see all of my tutorials. I'll be trying to put out a few every week or so. If there's a specific tutorial or something you'd like to learn how to do, please be sure to put that down in the comments. I'm happy to try to design something to show you anything that you're running into trouble with. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate your time, and look forward to seeing you again.